Congratulations, you're listening to another episode of Crit Squad. Last time on Crit Squad, this happened. Rewarding in a way. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't know how, but I need to get out. We don't have that much money. I'm just frustrated and I don't know what to do. I was going to get married, Sasha.
I'm just gonna round the corner from my place.
We are so close. You will not take this from me!
Trail my claws along the wall as I flash toward them as fast as they can see.
So the guy who was invisible turns around and levels his assault rifle at you, Sasha, and just unloads full auto. So you're gonna be dodging at -5.
Sasha looks like shit.
So Yarrow, you run back inside and you can see Sasha's out there.
Sometimes this works and he slaps him across the face a couple of times. One success.
You stabilized him and he heals 1 box.
Welcome back.
I'm gonna stay here for a second. What? You're not dead? Are other people not dead?
Yeah, no one actually, well, all the bad guys died. We almost all died. I almost blew myself up with 2 hand grenades.
What?
Yeah, it was
Why would you do that?
I have to go.
Okay.
So after you guys have recovered, you're all gathering again in a trenchman's lair, cleaning up any scratches and stuff as a trenchman just kind of regenerates all of the bullet holes in his body and burn scars.
You have like a mop or something that is like used to clean up. It's honestly, it's a mess. I mean, to be honest, it looks like this normally, but I feel like now we're responsible.
Well, I do have a hose, and yes, there is a mop.
Yarrow starts mopping.
Hose over there. There we are, clean as a whistle. There's a guy chained in here.
Oh, look, we have spoils.
Yes, I figure we can ask whatever questions we need. And, oh dear boy. Go, give a little pat on the face. There you are. There you are. Up you get. You're not so bad. Only a mild perforation.
Every single part of my body hurts.
Yes, they did riddle your foot to neck, but luckily you've got a rather snazzy suit on.
Uh-huh. Do you have a stim patch by chance?
Oh, I've never touched the stuff.
I'm gonna go sit over there. And Sasha slowly, toddles over to the couch. You know, like those days if you do a lot of squats or something like that and you can't, stand up all the way? That's sort of his general demeanor at the moment.
So you're crawling into the open rail car with all the furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the sun will heal in a matter of hours.
Okay.
He'll be fine. Just give him space.
Yes, I have, some soy calf beans. I suppose I could try and brew up over the Bunsen.
That might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, soy calf it is.
Did you closed the boulder when you came back, correct?
I did close the boulder, and we should be in relative secrecy. Also, all of their gear I left in a shaft down by the way if they're tracing it. But it's very hard to trace anything beneath this earth, which is why I'm so surprised that they found my general location.
Yeah, that's not great.
Suspicious.
These are mystic crusaders, the lapdogs of some of Shiawase's friends, involved in our research. They hunt infected, and when the program went down the tube, so to speak, anyone infected or involved had their dossier handed over to the Crusaders. I have been dealing with them since. They'll be coming for your friend as well. No doubt that's why he's in hiding.
Yes, probably.
Well, New York is a bit safer than it was. Not always look on the upside.
I mean, we are still alive, so that's a plus.
We are still alive, despite best efforts.
They did try really hard.
Baldy's gonna just get a towel wet and start kind of trying to get the red off of her to an extent.
You want to just stand over the grate?
Yes.
And turn on the hose.
Ah, cold.
Yes, afraid it is.
Do you have a towel or something?
You know, I haven't had much need of... Yes, actually, I do. Haha, one towel.
Thank you.
Well, you've got 1,000-yard stare, old boy.
Yeah. I think I have to go outside. Yeah, no, I called Alistair. I don't want to keep him waiting.
You called Alistair? Why did you call Alistair?
We were all about to die. I figured, fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
But will you guys come with me?
Well, if you've encouraged the meet to be now, then it might as well be now.
I figured we might need some... There was some saving of asses in order, and he's the only person I know who could have handled that shit until now. I guess it's also us.
Yeah, by like a really thin margin.
Then he's coming. We might as well give him our ask. We had one set. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm down. I mean, especially after that, I don't think we should be splitting up at all, in case there are more coming for us.
Fair point.
We could hold hands.
No.
Or not.
Righty-day. Okay, then. Move the boulder out of the way. Get this nice and hidden again. There's nobody in my house. Goodbye, Mortimer.
You might want to move, actually. Just a quick tip.
Alright, so as you guys walk down these abandoned subway tunnels, down at the far end you can see a light silhouetting a huge orcish man, as well as it looks like a couple of soldiers walking next to him.
Oh, I have a disguise on as well. I just look like a smoke being.
A smoke being?
Just like my body just looks like smoke.
Still running in the sewers, Sasha?
It's not my favorite thing in the world to do, but, yeah.
Looks like you need to keep better care of your suit.
I will.
Yeah, he's a little mentally fragile at the moment, so...
I assume you had something other
Well,
than pleasantries for me.
to be honest, when I called you, we were getting shot at, so I didn't want to, disappoint you and not show up. So we're here now, and that's about as far as I got.
We certainly have an ask.
And what would that be?
Sasha can't think of what to say.
We've brought you here because you have information we need on Shiawase. Specifically, their HMHVV program. The one that was so abruptly cancelled.
Where's Anna? And Sasha is his hands are in fists and he's barely holding it together. He's raging hard.
I don't know that we want to...
Shut the fuck up! Where's Anna?
Was he knocked on the head in this fight?
No, he just
Usually he
got...
asks about his mother.
We have a favor. I want it. Tell me where she is right now. Tell Yarrow where she is right now. Let him go right now.
Let him go. What do you mean?
You've been holding this over his head for 12 years? 12 years for you, right?
Yeah,
12?
it would be about that long.
12 years. It's done. It's over. That's our favor. That's our ask.
You would use this favor on him.
You know where she is.
I have not held her hostage.
You're able to terminate her at any time.
Release her, promise, proof. That's the deal.
Yarrow's just kind of reeling with this decision a little bit. This is information the group has.
We'll get it. We'll get another way. We can find that information somewhere else. We can't find this. We can't get this from anyone except him. And Sasha points to Alistair.
Very well.
tosses a map to you in augmented reality. It shows a red point in Seattle.
You will find her there. She is safe, unharmed.
And I can take her off the grid. You will not pursue.
I won't.
Fine. Sasha extends his hand.
Alistair's hand just envelops yours.
So what are we going to need to do to find out the other stuff?
About Shiawase. HMHVV. That was, I think Unit 731. Do I have that right?
Baldy's gonna turn and look at Alistair and just nod once for yes.
Interesting. What information do you seek from it?
The location of Commander.
You mean Commander OPEC?
If that's his real name.
He has a real name.
I do not know his location, but I can certainly point you where you can find it.
Whatever you need from me, I'll do it. And Sasha's not making eye contact with anyone. Just tell us what to do.
Shiawase keeps records of all of their high-ranking executives, commanders, project managers in each of their ecologies. If you break into the one here in Manhattan, I'm sure you will find his location. Consider this a favor from a friend.
No, I know what this is. I'd say thank you, but I'm not gonna. We'll call you when it's done.
Those manners will hold you back, Sasha.
And he turns and leaves.
He held your family.
Well, not my family, my fiancé.
And you, Sasha, what does he hold over your head? He said your mother.
Sasha is still watching Alistair walk away. And he just says, yeah, she's gone. And he starts walking down the tunnel.
He doesn't know where she is, but he believes that Alistair does know.
Then perhaps we can squeeze that from him eventually. And you? Will you go to Anna?
I suppose I have to now, though on some level it is regretful to leave the three of you.
Baldy is going to walk over to Yarrow and give him a hug.
He hugs back.
Cool. Well, gotta come in for the thirdsy.
Get in here, big guy.
Sasha, turn yourself around!
He's gonna need some time to cope.
I understand that. Well, it seems we've come out somewhat ahead. We have a lead through a scene. Thank you.
You can still call me Baldy.
If that's your preference, we'll go by your call sign. Make a shadow runner of all of us yet.
What will you do once you find the information?
I hope to recover what research, whatever good parts they had in searching for the cure. I'll take it and use it. But I also have to say that if I can, OPEC will not survive the encounter.
Very well.
Yarrow, your comlink starts ringing. It's on your in your AR. It comes up that it's from Paco.
I pick up.
Hey, so this is gonna sound a little bit crazy. I'm still trying to piece together last night. I might have dreamed this, but maybe you can clear this up. Was there a Zunu Kwa in my apartment?
Oh, you totally dreamed that.
Sasha, you're wandering around the streets of Manhattan. You could wear sunglasses. There's so many bright neon lights. You know, you wouldn't know that it's nighttime except for looking at the sky and just the inky blackness above you.
So Sasha's walking down the street that happened to be above the first manhole cover he found to get out. And, you know, he takes a left and walks for a while, reading the street signs, but not really processing them. And then maybe he takes a right.
Just walking past a couple of tatted up gang members. You are walking around Terminal, which is a little dangerous.
Sasha walks right between them without acknowledging either of the gang members.
Hey, watch where you're going!
And continues on, and he finds himself turning north, heading towards the city. Maybe trying to get clear of the buildings so he can feel the wind on his face a little bit.
You're just walking through this thick smell of vomit and a drunkard lying on the curb.
Sasha steps over him without missing a beat, because really, like, more than any other place in the city, this kind of area was home. It's not where he was raised, but it was where he grew up. And he continues walking short steps, but not shuffling. Just sort of, his legs are moving because they're not getting any other instructions. And he pulls out his comm and just starts flipping through the different video feeds that have been captured over the last few months. And then back past those. And then maybe he's at the bridge right now. And he just walks. He just keeps walking across it. On whatever remnants of a pedestrian pathway there might have been. And scrolling past, since before Germany, into his older files. Like, they're taking a half a second to load now because they're getting pulled from the cloud off of some old path of, you know, the sort of darknet Dropbox that Shadowrunners are sure to have. And seeing, you know, pictures and video taken from his early 20s and his mid 20s, you know, from pictures of Milligram, and there are notes on them making fun of his stupid accent, all the way through pictures of them, you know, their arms around each other at the bar after a job. Milligram's collar is torn and Sasha's tie is askew, and there's a blood stain on the shirt, but they both got beers in their hands and are smiling really big. And he keeps going back and keeps walking until he gets to pictures of his family from when he was growing up. His mom with the gearbox floral tattoos and punk rock elf hair. You couldn't make someone look more like a barista if you tried. And he keeps going back until he runs out of pictures. And he keeps swiping, and it just does the thing where it tries to load and there's nothing. And in a few steps, he just wings his comm over the bridge into the water and keeps walking into the city.
Well, home sweet home. Please have a seat. The chairs are dusty and oversized, but they are plush and blood-free.
I imagine Sasha will return before too long. He just needs some time to clear his mind.
Undoubtedly, this is a large change. With this information, you'll be on your way. And you two seem, well, thick as thieves, as it were.
Yes, well, I had just mentioned earlier that I was growing weary of this life, and I didn't expect Sasha to make any kind of agreement or concession. It sort of happened.
Well, he is your friend. How long were you in this business together? What was exactly your trade, if I might ask?
I went to medical school to be a veterinarian. Evo Corporation paid me. We were a poor family. And after some time, I fell out of the profession. Well, I ran away and ended up in doing jobs in a rough life with Sasha. But eventually we met Alistair, and he gained leverage, as he does, over both of our lives. I tried to stay in contact with Anna, who I met while I was working with Sasha, but she hated my lifestyle, and I knew that since Alistair knew who and where she was, maybe it was best for us to not have an actual relationship.
Well, it is hard saying goodbye even temporarily to those who have your trust, who have your back. But if you have the opportunity to turn a fresh page and start it clean, who among us wouldn't take it?
Hopefully this opportunity will come to Baldy over time and your new life.
I hope so too. But I'm glad that you have this chance, and I mean, you would be an idiot not to take it. And I think Sasha knows that too. But I think that's also why it's so hard on him. Because he loves you. I mean, you guys have been doing this for a long time, and what he did was very selfless, and I hope you can find happiness out of this mess that we've all been put into.
He's always treated me better than I treat him, if I'm totally honest. I feel a bit guilty.
One can only be themselves. And yes, you have this chance. But Sasha, I look at him and I see a man who still loves the shadows. And someone with too many scores to start over. Not until we clear the board some. Yes, I know this predicament myself.
I have no doubt you will be successful. You are sneaky and terrifying, the both of you.
Why, thank you. That's lovely. High praise, old boy, high praise. Please drink something. I don't know. I have go rifle around some bottles. I have well, this is ethanol. Just let me cut it with some water. There we go. Nice little hurricane.
Let me help you with that before you accidentally kill us all.
It's fine, and it hasn't been denatured.
Baldy's gonna start help getting drinks ready, and she's also going to go over to Kietan's cage and pick up Kietans and put her on Yarrow's lap. And then shoot a stern look at Mortimer Brody, and then help Trencherman with the beverages.
So, Baldy, as you're handing out the glasses and everything, you get a little ding on your comlink from an unknown number. It's just a text message that says 2 p.m.
Okay. What time is it now?
It's like 8 p.m. right now.
Okay. On another note, we might be able to get some of the information we were seeking. It looks like Johan will be arriving tomorrow at 2 p.m.
The boy moves fast. Good. Then we'll need Sasha. How long will you stay with us?
Honestly, I don't have a plan. I don't know. Let's see how tomorrow goes. Perhaps I will leave after we meet with this Johan. I'm skeptical of his allegiance.
I would not trust any associated with this program. Unless you don't have a memory. Why don't you, I have a couple drinks, and perhaps see if Sasha comes back. If not, then I should find him come morning.
Very well. And he holds his drink up to Mortimer. Mortimer?
Who's a good Mortimer? Yes, who's a good lab assistant? Yeah, these little peeps. Yes, good. No! Get away from the cat.
Yeah, so the next morning, as you all wake up in Trenchman's lair, you notice Sasha still has not returned.
Yarrow kind of pokes around a little bit. He's sort of looking in all the places that a dwarf could curl up and sleep, and doesn't find him in any of those places.
Not in any of the drawers.
Yeah, he's not in a dresser somewhere or a bookshelf or under the sink.
Please abstain from rifling through my work desk.
I'm looking for a dwarf. I'm sorry. It's just, he could be anywhere. And then he calms Sasha.
It's no answer.
This is a bit out of... Oh, I know where he is. Okay. I have to go. I need to go find him. Well, I don't have to find him. I know where he is. Have you heard of the shortest tall building in New York City?
What?
I'll see you later.
All right. See you later.
2 p.m.
On top of the Empire State Building observation deck, Sasha's kind of on his tiptoes looking over the railing as best as he can and avoiding most of the tourists. Yarrow, as you exit onto the observation deck, you can see him off in a corner.
All right. I sort of sidle up next to him. I don't even look at him, but I'm just kind of looking out of the same view that he's looking at.
A few moments pass, and Sasha says, Dirk Steele, huge fan of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, I know.
Been here a bunch of times.
I know what you like about it.
Fucking Dirk Steele. It's what Dirk Steele likes about it. That's what's important.
Yeah, Dirk Steele is the short one who's always dreamt of being a real tall building.
So are you sure about this?
I didn't expect you to make that kind of sacrifice. You could have asked him about your mother.
But I didn't. So, you're the one that has to go hang out with your stupid girlfriend and have a stupid, peaceful life with stupid kids.
She might not even want to talk to me, but at least she won't be under threat of being killed by Alistair.
You can tell her... I mean, you can tell her whatever you want. She doesn't have to know anything.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
I know this sort of sucks and I'm leaving the group and it is also sort of sudden and rapid, but I almost blew myself up with multiple grenades yesterday.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
Yeah, well, it seemed like a good idea. What I'm trying to say is I'm not killing myself or dying, so, we could have a drink in the future if you don't die.
Yeah.
It's not goodbye forever, it's just goodbye to shadow running, I suppose.
Ah, buddy. That sounds good.
Come here, and he picks you up and then and hugs you.
He taps you. Put me down.
No.
After a couple of pats, he just hugs.
Okay.
While, up in the hug still, Sasha just says, I'm really glad you're my friend.
Me too. You're one of the best. Try not to get shot in a scary building somewhere.
That's actually almost certain to happen. Put me down now, please.
Okay,
there's, a hug and then there's, marriage.
Yeah, I don't want to hold a crying dwarf for too long. It's, that's awkward.
I'm not crying. Fuck you.
You totally were. Well, you weren't drooling again. There's no guns out here.
You should probably just go, because, I don't know if you saw me negotiating at the gun store, but I'm really fucking good at it, and I could just as soon convince you to stay. So, Sasha looks at the burner comm that he bought from the stuffer shack at the base of the Empire State Building. And checks an app and says, you're just going to want to go up there. And he points to the VTOL landing deck.
Holy shit, you got me a VTOL to Seattle? You know how long that's going to take?
No, the VTOL just takes you to the airport. You get in a plane to go to Seattle because I don't think those things have enough gas or hamsters or however they work. But it's nice. You can relax.
Thanks. I didn't say goodbye to Baldy or Trencher. Scary Trencher. Trencher, scary man.
I'll let him know.
All right, friend.
All right, get the fuck out of here.
All right, I'll do what I'm told.
Don't fucking call me. No, okay. I just... Be good to her.
I will.
And... Fuck! Hang on. And Sasha just gives you a nod and a salute.
Yara starts walking up the platform and turns around and says, "Find your mother." And then goes back in the VTOL. Shuts the door and flies away.
And you see the VTOL lift off in the distance and shoot off towards New Jersey.
Fuck, that's gonna be expensive, Sasha says to himself, and he looks around, seeing all the tourists and people living average, normal lives, coming to Manhattan, visiting the sites. Then he turns around, puts his hands in his pockets, and heads back down to the sewers.
Trencherman and Baldy, what are you guys doing as you're waiting for the clock to strike?
I mean, I'm just going to make sure I have all my gear with me, just in case this goes bad. And then I think I'm just nervously sitting. It's one of those, when there's not enough time to do something, but not enough time to leave yet. So she's just kind of sitting on a footstool, flipping one of her knives nervously.
Trenchman is sitting there in his overstuffed armchair, entirely engrossed in a treatise on planar travel. Preposterous! You can't open a rift right where you stand. What? Carefully on the shelf, and I'll scuttle over and, well, look who's back.
I brought donuts.
Lovely.
Sasha hefts one of those crinkly wax paper bags.
I'm sure Baldy will love them.
You can, do you get joy out of watching or whatever? I read a story about a guy who did that once.
Well, I'm not opposed to it.
Okay, well, eat these in private then.
Oh, no, feel free to have them. Anything that brings joy is a good thing. Hold it back.
I got you a bear claw.
Thank you.
Because it's good, and it maybe, I don't know what you...
This
remember
is fine.
Okay, and then
Thank you.
And I got an eclair this time, and Sasha's eating the eclair.
So where's Yaroslav? We got a meet coming up. We might need a good veterinarian.
He's not coming.
Already then.
Wait,
He went home.
Oh.
Fair winds and good fortune.
So what are we doing? Sasha eats a bite of his eclair.
I'd say you're going to eat those pastries, and then we're going to sit down and have a chat with a man who might open our futures.
Surgically, or?
Not this time.
Oh.
Johan is arriving at 2 at docks. And we are going to go and have a discussion with him.
Voicemail Johan.
Yes.
Oh, this is like a blind date. Except way weirder.
It shall be us forging on ahead. Ha ha! Are you quite all right?
Yep.
Understood. Then let's do it anyway.
Well, I guess let's go meet Johan.
I got your back.
Thanks. Same.
Thank you, Sasha.
A little bit after 1:30, you guys roll up. It's a lot more packed than last time you were here. Lots of tourists, you have
Okay.
the Ellis Island ferry here,
Okay.
as well as a couple other ones.
Baldy's just gonna kind of glance around and stake out places where they could hide or like take cover if needed, just in case, because now she's very paranoid about being attacked by people. And she has her like hoodie on and has kind of the hood up to look more normal.
All right.
Trenchman looks like a middle-aged professor with a flat cap who is tossing bread to the ducks in the bay. I'm certain the seagulls are getting most of it. Damn seagulls.
Sasha, just like last time, he does a casual perimeter sweep, checking for anything amiss, bugs, rotodrones, people hiding in shadowy corners, that sort of thing.
It's hard to tell with a lot of extra people here, but you can go ahead and roll perception.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 6 successes.
You feel like you've got a pretty good job casing the joint, and it doesn't look like anything is amiss.
Okay. Sasha will just post up near a shipping container, sort of forming a triangle between himself, Baldy, and Dr. Trencherman.
All right. About the time 2 o'clock hits, you can see the ferry pulling up and starting to dock.
Okay.
There's probably about 120 people on that boat.
Okay.
And they start to spill out and spread out and hail taxis and go deeper into the city.
Baldy's gonna send a text that just says, "Here, by the shipping containers," because she doesn't know what he looks like.
Almost before you can even hit send, you meet eyes with this man who looks to be 40 years old, kind of salt and pepper hair. Asim.
I take it you are Johan?
Yes. Where should we go? I don't like being out in the open like this.
I don't like it either. My compatriots are with me. We can take this underground. Would probably be the safest.
All right, lead the way.
All right. Baldy's gonna make eye contact with Trencherman and Sasha and kind of motion down, and we're gonna head into the sewers.
Yeah, anything to get out of the sunlight.
Yeah, Sasha will wait until everyone else is gone and then bring up the rear.
The sewers, really?
I mean, it's where we've been staying. It's the safest way to kind of keep prying ears away, and it makes us feel safe anyway.
Well, I'll trust your judgment.
Middle-aged man steps past him, hooks a finger in the manhole cover, and flicks it off.
After a moment of shock, Johan will climb in.
Baldy goes after him.
Yeah, Sasha catches up and calls down. You get used to it, unfortunately.
So you find a safe spot to stop off with him, a little ways down from a storm drain.
Now we have a bit of privacy. You were involved in the HMHVV research done with Shiawase.
Not so much the research, but tracking down those who did. I'm a lawyer. I'm not a scientist.
Oh, that's right. I remember a little bit of your file. It's been some time. How long have you been in hiding?
Must be 9 months once they started hunting everyone down now.
Someone recently tried to come for us. As in, like, yesterday.
Yeah, it was like 6 someones.
Mystic Crusaders. The dogs sicked on us after their research was done.
Are they not usually tied to the Atlantean Foundation?
Indeed they are. But they are also creatures of opportunity. Someone pointed them into the direction of a bunch of HMHVV positive people. And now they hunt. Also, I assume they're looking for all the scientists involved in this research.
The Mystic Crusaders? No, they're not working with Shiawase.
No.
Shiawase's after... I don't know how much you told them.
Yeah, why don't you just start at the beginning? Because it's been kind of a fucking day.
Yes, fill in some gaps for us, please. All we have is conjecture at this point.
Yes, so this Unit 731 that ran this research facility, it was run by an Evo subsidiary, Yuri Medical. And eventually, once they found all the awful testing that was going on down there, they were forced to disband the entire research facility, and every member was ordered to take their secrets of what they saw there to the grave. Shiawase started offering immunity to the exclusive rights for the research. And they poached a number of these scientists. Any who did not take their offer were monitored, which is how Shiawase came to track down Asim. Mikuru Kurogami was one of the lead directors at this research facility.
I see.
I believe they were looking for you in order to try and find her, but now she's dead. And they know that I'm a loose end, and I'm worried that they're going to track me down. And I feel if I'm here with you, I'll be safer.
I feel that way too. They've been trying to track us down, so the more of us that there are against them, I think a better chance we are going to have. Also, I believe you could help us with any information you have as...
Information with what? I mean, I'm willing to do anything I can to help.
We are trying to find Commander OPEC.
We have a lead.
What kind of lead?
We know how to find where he is.
And you intend to kill him?
Yeah, when we said safe, we were speaking in like relative terms.
My priority is finding the remnants of the research. Those good pieces.
You would use this research knowing the pain involved in its procurement.
Trust me, I know the pain of it more than any other. I will use what is left to find a cure. I would never repeat these processes, but the data is there and I need it.
If we shut down his unit in some way, perhaps that would be the only way for us to remain truly safe.
I agree. When this is over, the commander's life will be ours.
And his plan, he's snapping up these scientists. Is he trying to weaponize HMHVV, make soldiers from...
I do not think that is anything of what... The commander is simply there to get these scientists. What happens with it is probably further up. I imagine they could be using it to make super soldiers, or perhaps even make that cure so they can sell it at a high price.
But are you suggesting, though, that if we get rid of him, we're clear?
I would imagine so. I don't know what else may be going on within their facilities. I've done my best to stay underground. Their behavior mapping technologies are very advanced. I have to change things up, move around a lot. If you develop a pattern, they will find you.
We can do that.
I'm really sorry, Doc, but I don't think we can stay here anymore.
I think you're right. They'll certainly hound these sewers and tunnels. Moving again.
Do you have places you can go?
There's plenty of nooks and crannies for a beast to hide.
We can get a spot. I mean, Baldy?
Yeah?
Will you stay with me?
Baldy puts her hand on your shoulder and kind of gives you a squeeze. And she has a little bit of tears in her eyes, just a little bit. And she goes, "Of course I will." And she looks over at Trencherman and looks at Johan and back at you. And she says, "We're in this together."
Crit Squad is Lindsay Zana, Eric Snyder, Chris Henry, and John DeVries, and I'm Austin Rusk, your game master. If you like the show, tell your friends or tweet a link to your favorite episode so everyone who loves you can see it. And if you want a Crit Squad poster, badass coffee mug, or just throw a couple bucks in the tip jar, head to critsquad.com and click the merch tab to help support the show. We've now reached the end of that sentence, and that's the end of the episode. We'll see you next time, chummer.
Hello, this is Lindsay, and Chris and I just wanted to give everyone a quick update with what's been happening, both with Crit Squad and in our personal lives, because there has been a couple of schedule changes the past couple of weeks.
Improvised schedule changes.
Yeah, there have been a couple of improvised schedule changes this last couple of weeks, and we just wanted to update everyone on some cool things that have been happening.
Like you and your boyfriend moved in together.
Yes, Eric and I moved into a new apartment this last week and a half, 2 weeks. So there's been a lot of moving and lifting and carrying and organizing.
3 flights of stairs.
No elevator.
Is what you told us. There are actually 4.
Yeah, we're on the. It's a lot, but that's what we've been doing. So some of the editing took a little bit longer just because most of my things were in boxes and I didn't know where they were.
And also, like, you've been auditioning a bunch and stuff, and I've been busy with day job stuff, and then that also means that you've been busy with day job stuff because we work at the same place. And I think probably we would rather have the episode, like, I don't want to stay up till 4 a.m. finishing an episode and hurrying, especially the one you just heard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we knew that this episode was going to be a longer one that had a lot of moments in it, so we didn't want to rush anything. So instead of rushing, we decided to just kind of push the release a little bit.
How much, because I haven't done the sound design yet, I'm curious, how much of me just weeping made it into the show?
There wasn't a ton,
No?
actually. Most of it was long pauses.
Yeah.
I kept in one little moment. If you guys can hear it, at the end, because it fit really nicely. But there wasn't a ton of weeping I had to wade through, so that was good.
That episode was emotionally taxing to record.
It was a day.
Because then that's sort of the other reason we spent a bunch of time with it, right? Because we wanted to give John the send off.
Yeah.
Because that's probably one of the other questions people are having at this point, which is, what? Why are we losing someone else?
Yeah. Don't panic. No, nothing's wrong.
No, John is not dead.
John has...
He has not been embroiled in a scandal.
No, not at all. He's fine. But he's going to be traveling a lot in the future and just has a lot of other things that he would like to focus on. So he has decided to step away from the show.
Yeah.
But there's also some really cool things coming up with John.
Yeah, so we talked about, I think in one of our stream things, there's some recorded audio of us talking about playing a game with John.
Yes.
And he has enjoyed running so much that there is a very, very strong chance that sometime next year you're going to hear another show with John as the GM, and more than likely the same Crit Squad crew, maybe with 1 or 2 differences just for the sake of variety. But John will be running a show that we will be producing the same way as Crit Squad, because Lindsay and I don't like sleeping.
It's fine. It'll be really fun. We're really excited.
So that's the update, and then we just wanted to let everyone know. And also, like, to the people that were like, hey, I was worried about getting an episode. I'm glad to hear that you guys are good. A, that's cool, because it wasn't, when are we getting another Crit Squad? It was like, I hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
Which I think means that our regular schedule has been regular enough that, like, people are like, oh, I hope no one died.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, guys. We don't need to make this go on too much longer.
Yeah.
Is there anything... we did want to plug, because some of the other stuff that John is working on, he has a YouTube channel where he talks about photography. We'll put a link to that in the show notes. And he also has one where he talks about, I don't know if you guys remember from early on in Crit Squad, we talked about a show he did for Shortwave called Robot House. He has kept on with YouTube channels about ways that you can use software to automatically trade on the foreign exchange market. Not a whole lot of overlap with Crit Squad, except Shadowrun has about that level of crunch in it. So if you like listening to discussions about the philosophy behind high level financial trading, You can get that at Robot House. We'll also put a link there. And we just had you plug a bunch of stuff, Lindsay, but is there anything else you have that's new?
Oh yeah. I guess the other exciting change that will be happening very soon. We will be recording in a different space, namely our new apartment.
Yeah.
It's a different space, but it should be really cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be better for the audio engineering nerds among you. There aren't very many parallel walls in this place. The ceiling is not parallel to the ground. We're recording. There's no treatment up right now as we're recording this, and it sounds pretty good. So I'm looking forward to getting some treatment up on your walls and stuff, and then getting the Crit Squad rig loaded in here. Actually, no, let me take that back. I'm not looking forward to getting that rig loaded in here because of the aforementioned 4 flights of stairs. But once it's here, we'll never have to take it anywhere again.
Yeah.
So recording these sorts of things will become a lot easier for us, I think.
Yeah.
Just show up. And Austin moved too. That's another reason.
Yeah.
And he's also closer. So there's a whole bunch of, we're just eventually, I think, working towards living in a shortwave radio Crit Squad compound.
I mean, that would be great.
I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else? Should we just let them? There's like a blooper in this episode, which we'll follow. And I think it was more like we can't leave exactly on that note.
So enjoy the.
And also, God damn you for the last line of this episode. After all of that, and then it was good.
It was good. So thank you guys for listening, and keep an eye out for all the cool things coming in the future.
Yep. Which will include an on-time episode of Crit Squad 2
Yes.
weeks from the airing of this one.
Yes.
If we have to intravenously imbibe Red Bull in order to make it happen. I have mics now, and I'm just like, what else can we record?
I know. I'm like,
What else can we record while we're
like
here?
a radio DJ, like, hey, you're listening to. I almost said WSKID, and that's Little Shop.
Shuts the door and flies away.
Cracks open the whiskey.
Cracks open the whiskey.
Boom! Text from Sasha. I only bought 1 bottle.
Shortwave radio. Enjoy yourself.